Forget the big brands. This is the perfect first electric guitar, and no, it's not what you think.
We're silent guitars.
Choosing your first electric guitar can feel really confusing. There are so many shapes, colors, sizes, and a whole bunch of opinions all over the internet. I'm Dominic from West Island Guitars, and today I'm going to make this really simple. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes a great first guitar, what to stay away from, and which beginner guitars I actually recommend, including our very own ST02 model. Number one, what actually matters for beginners? When you're buying your first guitar, you really only need to think about a few things. Number one, comfort. If the guitar isn't comfortable, you're not going to practice. It's that simple. A comfortable guitar sits nicely against your body, it doesn't ding into your arm, and it just feels really nice to hold. Number two, a neck that's easy to hold. This is where beginners spend almost all of their time, so it has to feel friendly. You want a neck that's smooth, rounded, and easy to wrap into your hands. No sharp frets, no sticky finish, nothing that gets in your way. If the neck feels good, everything else becomes easier. Chords, scales, even just holding the guitar. Number three, a guitar that isn't too heavy. Weight matters more than people think. A heavy guitar gets uncomfortable really fast, especially for beginners. You want something that feels balanced, not too heavy, not too light, just easy to hold whether you're sitting or standing. If the guitar feels like a brick, you're not going to want to pick it up anytime. Number four, a proper setup so that the strings feel soft and easy. This one is huge. A proper setup is the difference between a guitar that feels amazing and a guitar that feels like you just want to quit before you even get started. When the action is too high, beginners have to press way harder onto the strings. When the frets aren't level, notes buzz. When the nut is not cut right, chords feel impossible to play. When a guitar is set up properly, the strings feel soft, the notes ring clean, and everything just feels really easy. This is why I spend so much time setting up every guitar that leaves West Island Guitars. Number five, a guitar that stays in tune. Nothing kills motivation faster than tuning every 5 seconds. Beginners think that they're doing something wrong, but most of the time it's just cheap hardware and a terrible setup. Good tuners, properly cut nut slots, a solid setup make all of the difference. When the guitar stays in tune, you sound better, you feel better, and you actually want to keep playing and rocking out. Now, here are the things that don't matter. Number one, fancy wood names. You're going to see a lot of guitars advertised out there with exotic wood names. Alder, ash, mahogany, roasted maple, swamp ash, basswood, koa, and the list goes on and on and on. And listen, wood does matter when building a guitar, absolutely, but not for beginners. When you're starting out, you really don't need to hear the difference between alder and basswood. It doesn't make a difference. What matters way more is the setup, the comfort, and how the guitar feels in your hands. A well set up guitar, it'll beat any poorly set up mahogany guitar, no matter what, every single time. Number two, expensive pickups. Beginners get told they need boutique pickups or some special tone formula to sound good. You don't. Not even close. A good beginner guitar with basic pickups will get you 95% of the way there. Tone comes from your fingers, your techniques, the amp settings, and honestly, just playing consistently. Upgrading pickups is something you can do later. Once you actually know what kind of sound you like, you can pick so many choices. So you don't need somebody to tell you need $300 pickups to start. You don't. Number three, big brand logos. This is a big one. Beginners think they need a Fender or a Gibson or a PRS to sound good. You don't. The logo on the headstock is not going to make you play any better. What matters is how the guitar feels, how well it's set up, and whether it inspires you to pick it up. I've played $200 guitars that feel incredible. And I've played $2,000 guitars that basically are unplayable because the setup is actually terrible. So don't choose the logo. Choose the guitar that feels right. Body shapes. Before we talk about body shapes, let me ask you something. What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you want to play? Tell me in the comments. I love seeing what you want to do. And while you're here, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on beginner lessons, demos I'm posting every week. Here are the main shapes. Number 1, a Strat style. Classic shape made famous by Leo Fender almost 70 years ago. Light and super comfortable, 3 single coil pickups, a 5-way toggle switch, and works with really any kind of music. Number 2, an LP or a Les Paul style. Slightly heavier guitar, a little brighter in tone with a snappier 2 humbucker setup, very simple controls, and a killer tone. Offset styles. These look a bit different and feel great for beginners, but the choices are endless. There's no wrong choice. Pick the one that makes you excited to play. Now, here's a big one. Kits versus buying items separately. All right, let's clear up one of the biggest beginner questions. Should you buy a starter kit or should you buy everything separately? Well, the answer is simple. If you're a beginner, a starter kit is almost always the better choice. You get the guitar amp, the strap, the cable, the picks, the tuner, everything you need to start playing. No guessing, no hunting for parts, for wires, for cables, what goes with anything, you don't know. It's affordable and it removes all the friction. Buying everything separately is great later when you know what you want, what you like. But for beginners, it usually means spending more money, making more decisions, and getting overwhelmed by options that don't actually really matter. So here's the rule. If you're just starting out, get a kit. If you've been playing for a while and you know your preferences, then start upgrading piece by piece. Simple, stress, no issues, and get playing really fast. Here are the recommended models we have here at West Island Guitars that are geared totally for beginners and intermediate players alike. The ST02, the perfect first guitar. Easy to play, comfortable and reliable, has 3 single coil pickups, very light, and comes in lots of choices and colors. Our ST04 is a great follow-up to the ST02 with upgraded parts like 2 single coils and a humbucker at the bridge position, upgraded 18-to-1 tuning heads, and a solid maple body with a classic matte finish. Let's talk about buying a new guitar versus buying a used one on Marketplace, because this is where a lot of beginners get stuck. Used guitars can be a great deal. That is, if you know what you're looking for. But that's the problem. As a beginner, it's almost impossible to judge whether a used guitar is actually playable or not. You don't know if the frets are worn out, if the neck is warped, if the nut is cut wrong, or if the hardware is just on its last legs. And once you buy it, you're stuck with it. That's why I build the guitars the way I do here at West Island Guitars. You get a brand name, new instrument assembled here in Canada using quality imported parts, and at a price that's often really similar to what you'd paid for a name brand used guitar on Marketplace. But the difference is huge. You're getting a guitar that's properly set up, plays beautifully right out of the box, and is guaranteed to be in perfect working condition. No surprises, no hidden issues, no repairs needed. So here's the simple rule. If you're a beginner, skip the Marketplace gamble, get something new, reliable, and set up properly. You'll enjoy playing it way more, and you'll get to avoid buying a guitar that holds you back. If you're starting on your guitar journey, I really hope this made things a lot easier. You can check out all of our guitars and starter kits at www.wiguitars.com. And if you want to see more build guides, demos, and behind the scenes videos, make sure to subscribe. All right, that's it for today. Let's keep playing, keep rocking, and I'll see you next time.